Hello everybody and welcome back to Tales of Arise. On the last episode, a lot of people died and we fought this thing that bothered me immensely because I for some reason couldn't break the part at all. It's the tail. And as I was looking through things, because I was looking for the parts that I need to build some of their weapons, and then I ran into that boss that I fought in the last episode, and it definitely says, yeah, the goal is to like destroy that part, but I could never destroy it. I don't know if it was a glitch. I don't know what. I kept constantly attacking that part. Maybe I just don't deal enough damage to break it, though I deal enough damage to kill the boss. Whatever. But it is what it is. If it's gonna be like that, then it's just gonna be like that. And the Lord left while we were fighting the boss. Apparently, Rinwell has a vendetta against her because I think she killed all her parents, her friends and family. So I think I'm in the area I'm supposed to be in. The star isn't leading me anywhere. I think I might actually need to cook a bit. I'll do this one. Use laws again for the 50% increase.
I'll have everybody's mouths watering when they see this.
I found another artifact. It's 1 damage. It makes everybody do 1 damage, enemies and allies. Which is funny.
Rinwell, mind if we chat a little?
You could break Tales of Xillia with that one.
I noticed you haven't been training Easy. Lately. Is he doing okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He's been catching fish with Kisara, and he seems to be adjusting his diet on his own, so I'm not as worried as before.
Maybe that's his way of pitching in, so you don't have to do everything for him.
Yeah, maybe. I guess at some point he started taking a shine to everyone too, just like they did to him.
You sound like you're okay with that.
Yeah, more than okay, really. It feels natural having Hoodle and everyone around.
I know what you mean. We all support and take care of each other in our own ways. It's starting to feel like we're almost a family.
Huh. I hadn't thought of it like that. So does that make you everybody's dad?
Do I really look that old to you?
Huh? You don't like that? Okay, how about you be the big brother? Shion is the big sister. And Kisara can be our mom.
Well, then how about Dohalim for the dad?
I don't really get that kind of vibe from Dohalim. He's more like an uncle. An old uncle, who's too preachy and snarky for his own good sometimes. And as for Law... Well, Hoodle took the little brother role, and Law's definitely not the dad. This is hard. Oh! Law can be the pet dog.
A dog? Do dogs really count as part of a family?
Of course they do. If an owl can be part of our family, so can a dog. When you think about it like that, we have a pretty fun family.
Yeah, a pretty big one as well.
That's why I like it so much. I wish we didn't have to do anything dangerous. I just want to keep traveling the world with you guys the way we are right now.
You okay?
Oh, it's nothing. Actually, I think I'm gonna go practice with Hoodle for a bit. We should really get some rest.
She's always ragging on Law. I don't know if I put Law as low as the family dog.
I wanna go back to bed.
You know, I think Rinmel is the youngest of them, so
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
it's not really hard. Law would definitely be an older brother to Rinwell, but just not to Alfred. You can have multiple siblings, Rinwell. You can have different types of siblings too.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danny's. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almadria.
Let's grab this stuff. First, heavy treat. Ooh, not bad. Try to save that for a really dicey situation. It's really unusual for Lord Almadria to come through here without letting any of us know ahead of time. She took off with a sizable posse too. Wonder what that was all about. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm glad she didn't ask us to come along with her. I ain't been back to Niz in a long time. If it ain't one bright-eyed busting my chops on the deck, it's another busting my chops on the dock. Speaking of which, did you hear? They said the cargo might contain stolen goods someone smuggled from the outside of the realm. Oh yeah, I heard. But it doesn't concern us. What's inside? Our job is to process it and move on. Yeah, I hear you. We got enough to worry about how heavy it's going to be to haul it around. It seems like she definitely did come down this way. And this is a sizable posse, so she's not by herself. Probably the guardsmen up around, actually. Ooh, if I get another chance at that, I'm definitely taking it.
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
That
Oh,
is
there.
like a
Been
loud
out on the water
car.
before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail.
Look, let's go. Let's get going. What? I'm ready. I'm ready for a nice fight too. Our last one was so annoyingly disappointing. Oh, I fought some unique monsters too, because I was going through some of the side quests. I found the Infernal Fang. You have to fight this monster back in
This is like a dream come true.
the Icy City,
To captain a ship before.
where you fought Ganonbout.
Never
It's inside the prison tower, but you got to do some side quests before you can get the key.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Of course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
Cool.
Mahavar said we could take it easy. There's not exactly a lot to do on this boat.
Wouldn't be. I wouldn't say that. Oh, I found Renwell. I saw that pop in and loading. I actually love that if I could check out and
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
Look something up while
That's not what I
this
mean.
cutscene's playing.
You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cyslodia's Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadeye. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Oh, dude, she's right here.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed.
I did not expect vibration. My table is metal.
You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
I may need to play around with the strategies a bit, because they have this tendency to do stupid stuff. Like, Shion and Rinmal. Have you ever noticed... Oh, who am I kidding? The AI... that's one of the reasons why I usually tell everybody to do nothing, and then I go and I fight, while I usually just have people who heal in the party, because AI in Tales games are usually not very good. So it's just kind of one of those things where...
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegis.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegis. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously. but it is a means to an end nonetheless.
It did seem to give her a lot of
No
energy.
one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
What does the Sovereign
It's
mean?
reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
These two. Yeah, their AI isn't the brightest, is what I'm trying to say. Like, they do some really dumb things. From what I've read from a lot of people, though, Law's AI is probably one of the worst. Because his combos. People have the same issues I do, where his combos are really long. And it's in this game, it seems better to use quick attacks, even though they don't do all that much damage. I only use his certain combos because they're all I have
Anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks.
that do any damage.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
In fact, yeah, I think I could switch up some of their skills. Alphen's skills, I'm not gonna touch the AI that much, but I think I could switch up some of their skills a bit. Can't do it right now, honestly, but I'm missing someone. Oh, there she is. Is she feeling seasick? She wouldn't seem to tight.
You all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that
Well,
is
yeah.
the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Miguel, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Wonder how much longer it's going to be.
It's one of those things. I mean, yes, no, at the same time. Think about it this way: the United States government, I don't like it. I don't like them. I have no trust in them. But many people depend on them just for survival. So it's one of those things. If you gave everybody their freedom, either no one would work or things would drop into utter chaos. That is kind of why we have a government system, is to keep people from just being the worst. But at the same time, the problem that comes from that is the abusal of power that comes from it. And that's what creates the problems and the oppression and all the other stuff. People are like, yay, I get to be in charge. Now I get to rule over everyone, instead of I can actually do things to help people. In this case, there were bad kings in the past, but there were also very, very good ones that did their best to help their citizens. The kingdoms that flourished and thrived. Most everybody was happy. Most. But then again, there were also still criminals, and they can't save everyone. So there were still people who maybe didn't who went hungry. But at least then there were also the citizens willing to give what they had to help support them as well, if they had just asked. And then there was ones that just decided to just constantly take from their citizens because everything should belong to them, right? That ship had a better head start than I first thought. If you want to take a nap before things pop off, now's the time. Why not? I think I'll change a handful of lost skills and disable some of these arts that I don't care much for. There's some arts I don't know what they do though.
Closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's a huge ship. Yeah, no wonder they said it was like a second castle.
Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
You all know how to climb.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin.
Yeah, you act like you actually did.
Hungry already, my dear?
By the way, I have the combat system set to manual at the
Worry
moment.
not.
I've been switching between.
You shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Seems like she knows we're here at least. Good, and it won't come to a surprise. Wait, what?
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almadria.
Huh. Why do you have an opening like that in your ship? Seems like a poor choice. Mobile Fortress. Gradia. Cute, they have wolves. Members who left the party have returned.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Huh. Won't ever complain about that. Alright. Let me do a quick adjustment. Swap Swallow Dance here. We'll use Whirl and Snap here. And the thing is, Talent Hurricane is hard to figure out what to switch for. Because most all the others, they are not short. Maybe Tectonic Punch, but I don't know about that. Alright. And Rinwell has a particularly annoying skill I don't like that she uses. She never uses these. I'm gonna have to set a strategy to get them above. Her lightning orb, she runs up in front of the enemies to use them. That's one too. That's fine. If she doesn't run into enemies to use it, I'll be watching very closely. That's another one. She runs dead up into enemies to use that. I haven't used Shione enough to know. Agnesar. Okay. What hit me? Because it wasn't the fire.
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And pummeling Oh, it's you! Swallow that! Eat this! I'll tear you apart!
That'll take a bit of time to get used to. You know, when you fight in a certain way for so long, you kind of get used to how you're fighting.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Oh, so you don't value living.
Save you! Rip it! I'll finish you here and now! Release! I'm on! I'm on! Cricket does it! Whirlwind blast! Rising water! Swallow dance! Something's before! I'll work you this in! Swallow dance! I'm just getting started! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Shining supernova!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Oh, astral crystals. Yeah, actually, I needed those to make some weapons. What's this thing? Is it just me, or does it look like the one we ran into back in Reveal? Hold on, this one's actually made of astral energy. It might be one of a mage's traps.
Got it.
Crap, so what do we do? If I manipulate the astral energy, I can get rid of it. I'll just have to give it a shot. Huh. So Rinmel's now has her map action.
That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
There's a bag behind them. We're gonna limit anything. It's gonna be you. Or both of you.
I'm just getting started! Living swallow dance! Now I'm in the groove! Swallow dance! Take this!
Shining supernova! Raging
Yeah, you see that? She runs in front of them to use that. So that's another risk. If she just used it in her position as a defense, it would be just fine. But when you run in the enemy's face to activate a skill like that, as a caster, first off, as a caster, your defense is not great. You should not be in an enemy's face, ever.
Shiny mood.
I think we went through all the places up here. Did we? Okay, now I think we have. Let's see what's on the other side of the pond. There's an elevator. And of course, it's offline. Peach Joe. Hey, how y'all doing?
Gotta break through. I see one, eh?
Written well.
Turbo Demon Fang. That's enough.
Light astral energy!
All fitted you here and now! I can carve through walls! Watch this! Shattering the pieces! Blow them away!
Do it! Light astral energy!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
No choice. You've got
Lightning inhabit dreams! Dance in the wind!
In a vine?
Air thrust! Too much to handle?
Eat this! Eagle attack!
Too fast! Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Yeah, I tried to have you do that earlier, and you failed epically. I don't like that tectonic punch. I really don't. Lost combos actually also help him build up his hit count faster.
I'll tear you apart! Swallow dance! Double demon fang! I'll run you through! Double demon Swallow dance!
I have to switch that until I get a better skill. As long as I'm careful about what I do and I don't use it when I'm unintended to, it'll work fine. I do like Talon Hurricane. I've missed multiple times using Eagle Dive. One of the benefits is that it's a 1. But I do like Death Blossom if I down an enemy. So for the most part, all that means is I just have to be careful not using X skills for a period of time. Because it'll be better for us if I use square and triangle ones at the moment. Until an enemy is down. Once the enemy is down, all bets are off the table.
Gotta break through. Now you'll learn.
No, come on.
Smash you!
My seal.
I'm on it! That's enough! Swallow dance!
Here
I'm on a roll now! Eagle
Fury! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Light astral
I'm on it!
by the power of the cascade!
Eat this!
Raging
Swallow dance!
Now, get toasty!
Burn strike!
A comfortable win.
Ooh, you got red armor, a Chief's Marksman.
I'm on it! Eat this! Whirling snap! Watch this!
On your knees.
Swallow dance! Eat this! I'll run you through! I'm on a roll now! Give it 10! First strike! I'll tear you apart! Swallow dance! Demon Fang! I'll end you! Now I'm real mad! I'll tear you apart! Swallow dance!
Back into the
Short lane alpha.
I'll tear you apart!
in the wind!
Rolling snap! Talon Hurricane! You're mine! I'll crush you!
Yeah, these guys, I can't get him to stagger much. It's hard to break him. He's definitely a stronger group.
I'll end you!
Got you. You're mine now.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my arm.
Access key A.
Seen anything like it?
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
I knew I heard more. Too late to notice me.
It'll be a breeze.
Get in, get out. Can't get out of this.
Alright, that should disable him. Now to disable you.
I'll finish you here and now. You're coming, kid. I'll tear you up here. That's enough. Burning strike.
Rinwell.
Shut him down. Severing wind. Ready and ready. Rip and tear. Finish it. Shion.
Get toasty!
Ooh, I saw that slowdown.
Don't get complacent.
I don't know what that means anymore. Ooh, 10,000 gold. They're being a little generous with the chest gold recently. And yes, I actually do know what it meant. It was a joke. Because I know there's always going to be that one person who's like, well, you see. No, I know. It's a joke. I know. It just has no meaning. Ooh. To think it unlocks so much. Let's go to the lower level. Because why not? Rinwell. Thank you. And then over here, which is key. And there's 2 chests over there. Rinwell doesn't have her skill up all the way yet. That's gonna suck. And that's why it sucks, Rinwell.
Sounds like a job for yours truly. You'll soon see about that. Do it!
I'm on it.
Dance in the wind!
You shouldn't have messed with me.
Light hammer dance in the wind! Air thrust! Light astral energy!
Eagle assault! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! You're wide open! Flaming thrust! Rising focus!
Hear my call!
Look at him. Look how he carries them across the screen. It's so annoying when he does that sometimes. Because he'll just be he'll just be juggling the enemies all around the screen. As a close range fighter, I'm like, Alphen, I need to be able to punch them. I can't do that if you keep dragging them all the way on the other side. Cute. That's just precious.
I won't forgive you!
Now you'll learn! I'll tear you apart! Swallow dance! I'll end you! I really owe you one.
Hear my call! Hear the spread! Burning strike!
That's fine.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Here's the burning!
Now I'm in the groove! I'll tear you apart! I'll crush you!
I fought a couple of these things
Tenebrous claw!
out on that field, and they all fight the same, which means
All good things come to an end.
they're easy to predict.
Eat this! Whirlwind snap! What's this? Transform!
Alphen.
Eat this! Whirlwind snap! I'll finish you here and now! I'm on it! Demon Fang! I'm on it! That's enough! Double Demon Fang! Eat this! You're done! Eat this! Coming!
I'll take it from here.
Ha! Where you going?
Deus
lost myself in the heat of the moment. Eat this! Rising hurricane!
I owe you one.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
And the poison pool that he puts out does a lot of damage. Oh shoot.
Now I'm in the groove! First strike! Dazzle! Talon hurricane! Watch this!
Stay away from my friend.
Thank you.
Spear. You're on.
Talon hurricane!
Take that raging cascade!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Feel!
I could do this all. Swordblade Alpha! Swallow dance!
An asteroid?
That's my cue.
Shut him down.
Don't leave! Hey! Blow them away!
Everyone's still in one piece?
This'll make us even more.
Who uses the cloaks? Dohalim? Or this is Cave. No, she has the cloaks. Can never remember what they're called. What was the other thing we got? Magic emblem raises elemental attack. Obvious applications make it a constant favorite among elemental. I mean, that's all fine and dandy. In fact, though, I should really get them some defensive accessories. Like, mainly outfit. Let's see what we got over here. There's like a ring or something on the map.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out. Rising Warper! Whirlwind Assassin! I'm on! Rising Warper! I'll finish you here and now! Rising Phoenix! Talon Hurricane! You're mine! I'm on it!
I'll heal you all.
Swallow
Save
this
one.
Clip!
He actually can hit me in the air, huh?
Talon Hurricane! Take it! Eagle Assault!
Not like it'll do you any good.
I'll be saving someone.
I'll finish you here and now!
Where you going?
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! You're wide open!
Now you're mine.
I'll finish you here and now! That's enough!
Thanks, Alphen. You really screwed me up on that one.
Swallow dance!
Here goes.
Swallow blade.
More of that. I'm out of it. I'm out
Double
of it.
Phoenix Fang! Talon Hurricane!
Light astral dance in the wind.
Eat this!
Air thrust.
There's no point in trying to back up and run.
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zoogles the Renans usually keep around.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here. This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
It looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
Hope y'all are ready to eat the dirt.
I can carve through one!
No one told you to cast.
Talon Hurricane!
Renwell, like I said, nobody told you to cast.
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Doesn't matter.
I'll heal you all. Raging healing.
Bring it on, buddy.
Talon Hurricane!
Nope. Gotta do better.
Get toasty.
Bird Strike!
Not in your dream. Here I go. It's over.
I'll finish you here and now!
Here. Radiant.
You won't make a fool of me!
It's weakened.
This ends now!
Whirlwind
Swordblade Alpha!
I'll tear you apart!
Do as I say!
Why would I do that?
Rising Warper!
First strike!
All trying to stay by your leader.
Finish you here and now!
That won't help you.
On your mind!
Nothing on a roll now!
Rising Falcon!
I'll run you through!
Glacial spear.
Quick still! Rising Falcon!
Eat this!
I'll be
Good luck with that. Law doesn't even know the basics of proper etiquette.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
There's no way this is equipment. There's no way this equipment is part of the ship. There must be more experiments going on here. I hear something. And there's this green, like, aura of stuff. Oh, I hear these guys. There's a Zoogle in a cage. If it's not being sicked on intruders, maybe it's Almeria's pet or lab rat. The improved endurance experiment was a success. Lord Aldermadria will be most pleased. Her lordship is rather taken with this Zoogle. The entire lab was almost fired over it. Floor isn't accessible. Not accessible. Not accessible. Where am I going? I mean, I got a key, but I guess the key doesn't take me to all of those floors. Maybe there was something else. Because I went through this entire map, so it has to be something with the elevator. But it's not accessible. Okay, so there must have been something on that floor. There must be something in that room. I'll see if I can figure it out, but I gotta take a break. So, I'm gonna have to call it an episode on this one. I want to get through here the rest of the way, but I don't even know where I'm going. I'll figure it out. But anyway, for now, that is all the time we have for this episode of Tales of Arise. If you like this episode, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all on the next episode.